knows what's good, shuts them both down. Oh,
that's
just
three.
now Killer Crop 2. Oh my god, Q finding to the hell, Propolis.
Bubble 20 gets a Colette.
Wow, again, absolutely. Destroyer flies in with smoke. Wow, Dash is in.
Hell you out of it. Destroyer with the points.
It's good. Let's see. He's got what it takes. Oh, and they line up for him. Shooter with a beautiful shot to pull out.
Okay, well, here we are at the Pacific Esports League. I am Jay Katie, and here with me is Kyan. We are going to be casting the UCSC Gold versus Cougar Esports Grand Finals game.
Yeah, so Cougar just finished up playing on Ascent against another team, and they took home the victory 13-10. Sova, they played Sova, Chamber, Killjoy, Jet, and Omen in a close match where Shudo went off on the Chamber.
Yeah, and so we are actually getting in the info for bans. We have Ascent and Fracture ban. So unfortunately, Cougar Esports won't be able to pick that map, which they just played. Let's talk about players. So Shuda used to be the Jet 1 trick for Cougar Esports, but now that Chamber is the more mainstream opper, he is or has been picking up more of the Chamber lately, with Don filling in as their Jet. We also have Lelouch as UCSC Gold's Jet, so it's going to be a really crazy showdown to see who gets Jet diffed here.
Do you know what maps they're planning on playing yet, or is it still up for bans?
Are looking. Oh, it looks like we're playing Breeze for map 1. So that is a map that UCSC Gold is actually pretty comfortable on. We have Frankie on the Sova, usually Lelouch on the Jet, and Kamiyata is their one-trick chamber. We'll probably see a Viper there and maybe a KO, depending on what comps they're running. What do you think that Cougar Esports could do for to counter that comp?
Well, I think picking KO is pretty important on this map. Obviously, picking Viper too. KO's been being picked more by a lot of teams, whether it's pro or tier 2. KO is really good at stopping pushes, slowing them down, flashing, and using knife to cancel Sova drone. A lot of KOs on attack have been using KO flashes to fight through the wall so they can gain more space throughout the sites.
Yeah, KO's going to be a perfect counter to, especially if Shuda decides to go on this chamber. The chamber op on ecos, even the jet knives on ecos. So having that KO is really important, especially for the info that you get with his knife shutdown. And yeah, usually we'll see killer crops here on the Viper, probably holding down that B site, but Wall is also super good for retake, which is really important, especially if you can't hold down the site. So should be a good map. What are we thinking in terms of other agents that they could be picking, like maybe a Sky instead of a KO? Thoughts, comments?
I think Sky's good. I think flashes are just super important on this map. We'll see. Breeze is a very large map, so taking control with an operator is very important. So this game might be an op diff, or we'll see who deals with the op utility better.
What are we thinking about Arena on this map? I know her blinds are kind of mid, but still open spaces, a lot of room to work with to throw your blind up in the air, take out, or get people distracted.
Good luck locking in right now, on God. If you get droned out and you're tagged with Sova drone, you can't really do anything. You can throw up a blind, but it'll probably get shot down in half a second. While other agents like maybe Sky or KO can flash, and it'll probably at least stop the enemy in their tracks for a few seconds.
Yeah, it looks like UCSC Gold has played Reyna in the past, with Ajax playing there, but hasn't looked like it's been played in a while. Reyna just doesn't seem like she's been played in a while, so Cougar Esports will be starting on defense, which will be good for them just in terms of their usual comps, which is, having that chamber, having that Viper, holding off the pushes. Cougar Esports is actually very strong in terms of defending, so this should be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see if there's any pop-ups from the duelists or the chambers. I want to see if there's aggressive play taking space through either mid or backside on A. I think it's really important on this map to not give too much space, because lurking's relatively important, but if the lurker dies, then it's pretty obvious how you can collapse on the opponents.
What are we thinking in terms of a double controller? So like maybe running a Viper and a Brimstone, or maybe not Brimstone on Breeze, but like an
Um,
Omen mayhaps.
I think at the most you'll see Viper Astra, but I don't think too many teams are running that. Especially after Astra nerfs.
Yeah. We might be seeing similar team comps. It doesn't look like Cougar Esports has actually played this map in the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's kind of a toss-up as to where Cougar Esports will be sitting on this comp. But they have a pretty standard comp. They have their one tricks with their chambers and their jets. So they should be... It should be a good matchup. And grand finals, of course. So... This is the fight for the title.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who comes out on top today. I think we have two very good teams going at it against each other, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so any strats you want to reveal for Breeze?
No, I think you look for aim duels, and whoever aims better has an advantage unless you lock KO here. Flash them, they can't see, and you just kill them while they're blind.
Yeah, and hopefully one of these teams has a Viper who spent a good amount of time in customs learning lineups, because as cringe as they are, lineups can win you a decent amount of rounds, so we'll see.
You know, not a big fan of lineups. That means the Viper's scared to use their gun, scared to fight. Maybe they aren't as good as an aimer as they seem, which is why they need lineups. All good though.
But the lineups are always where the clips are, so...
Yeah, my brain isn't as big to learn these lineups. I just go out there, fight people.
Tap heads.
Yeah, or I try.
Yeah, I think we are definitely not ready to go out yet. Let's talk about other maps. So we don't quite know where we are for next map, but it looks like Bind is a favorite for UCSC Gold. So let's talk about that a little bit as well, because that might be a map that we are going to see in this best of 3. So comps, players, usually we'll see on the side of UCSC Gold, a Sova, Duelist, usually the Raze from Lelouch, but sometimes he'll play Jet because he can get a lot of control with the op. They also have their Chamber with Kamiyata, as always, and then there's Smoke, who's usually Brimstone, and then maybe a KO or Viper. Thoughts on the comps?
Yeah, I think those are fairly basic comps. Some teams run Viper. I'm not sure if any of these teams have practiced Viper yet. Though some teams will run double controller, maybe Viper Brim, Viper Omen. I think a lot of players recently have been disliking Bind, as they feel it's like a toss-up map. And I think there's a lot of randomness to Bind due to the teleporters. You can just go from A to B very quickly. And yeah.
Yeah, and especially, what are you thinking about a Yoru here?
Yoru is funny. My Yoru, not so good. We saw Yoru in VCT with Paper X, I believe, and he showed some power with Yoru. I don't know if any of these players gained inspiration, but maybe a team could pull out a Yoru, throw a little surprise in there, and own.
Awesome. So, yeah, it looks like we are going to Breeze for map 1. But yeah, Bind, I guess there are a lot of agents you can play with definitely on that map. I mean, you should obviously... Oh, we do have our team comps here, actually. Perfect. You want to talk a little bit about it? It looks like we have a Cypher in from Cougar Esports. Interesting pick.
Yeah, I think Cypher's really good at he gets vision. He gets vision without putting himself too much at threat. In a way, he serves a purpose like a Sova, but obviously Sova drone gets more vision, usually aggressively and whatnot. A KO from the pick of Cougar and a KO hover from UCSC USCS Gold. I like that. And nothing else. I guess the Chamber and Cypher are gonna go at it, but
Yeah,
I think both are good on this map.
We have mirror comps here, except for the Sentinel diff. We knew Kamiata was going to pick Chamber here. We'll see if Light has any interesting Cypher cams that aren't bannable in Valorant. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle of the Sentinels here.
Both teams with Jet, no team with Chamber. Let's see if Lelouch versus Shuda can bring us an op battle that we can get excited for.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. Shuda's playing Jet here. I know he's been picking up the Chamber a lot more because of, Chamber's util is just, and his op is just too good. So it's interesting to see Shuda pick Jet here. But yeah, we definitely have oppers here, so it's going to be a good game. We'll see who can get ahead here, take more space, take more power advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to throw it to the casters.
Alrighty, we are in the action out here, already in round 1. Just a quick intro, everybody. We've got me, Randy Stool, aka Leo, up on the desk of casters here, joined by the one and only Tech.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our match. We're just going to go ahead and get it started here on Breeze. So, 0-0, Cougar Esports, UCSC Gold. Let's get right into it.
Yep, there we go. We got some opening shots. Looks like a look on to B here. Blue's trying to create some kind of opening there. All 5 stuck in the choke. Shoot is going to be first one down. Sorry.
Killer Crop getting a nice pick onto Light. You can see it's already a 4 versus 4, but UCSC Gold has most of the site with this Viper wall up as the plant is about to go down here. You can see they're all just creeping on the other side of the wall. Kamiyata might get a cheeky shot, but ends up trading out Dawn.
Wall bang.
Just like that, the round goes to Cougar Esports with a super quick retake. Those Classics putting in mad work, and 3 players will live for Cougar Esports, getting right back into it, and 1-0 Cougar Esports.
There we go, really thrown into the fire here. Cougar Esports coming out with the nice retake. That does mean they are going to buy guns here. Shooter going to opt for the budget op, aka Marshall. Quick note here. Little fun fact on the names here. Looks like UCSC Gold has Maboroshi on the Sova, and the name in Japanese means phantom. So we'll see if he phantoms on this map. Although I know people favor the Vandal for the longer range trades here. Oh, Shuda, right off the bat. Yep, nothing too much to see here. Ooh, as I say that, Caster Curse coming in. Glowcroft gonna get a nice pick in tunnel. Shuda firing back though. That's gonna put Cougar Esports man advantage with most of the map in control of their guns.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very scary place to be in for UCSC Gold. I mean, the only gun you can see is on Kamiyata here with the Chamber, and it's just this ability. It's not even a real gun. So the long range duels against Marshalls with Classics probably won't fare well for them, but you see the smoke is down. They're just lurking around waiting to see if they'll get any picks, if any members of Cougar Esports will be aggressive here. But Cougar Esports just playing it slow.
Yeah, but it looks like they're just gonna opt to grab the orb. I don't even know, they might not even push this. It's so hard to create with Viper Util. As Dawn taken down, and Happy Gorilla 23. That's going to be the cleanup as UCSC Gold trying to make something happen, but superior firepower is just going to win out in that one. Alrighty, so far 2 strong rounds here from Cougar Esports. Wonder what kind of strategies we'll see here, Tech. Well, what are you thinking UCSC Gold's going to pull out here with their rifles?
I'm not sure. I mean, we can see them kind of grouping up towards the A site just in the beginning here. You can see Killer Crop likes to take Paul's control just right off the bat, but we'll see. He shoots the dart from Mason, and that will be just enough information for a couple players to potentially start rotating over. You can see the mid control from Cougar Esports is insane right now. Here we go. Kamiyata might catch him off guard.
Oh,
but no,
Dawn!
with a beautiful sheriff shot.
Oh man, he is not relenting out here. That's 2 picks on the sheriff for Cougar Esports. They're coming around. They're choking out UCSC Gold here. I see one on the flank. Oh shoot, it just misses.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
There you have it. Killer
Killer
Croc.
The 1 versus 5, but now makes the 1 versus 4. It's fully blind. It's just looking for something. It's able to break the suppress. Dawn able to jump up on top, but Dawn with a 4K, all starting from a sheriff. What a round for Cougar Esports.
Massive round from Dawn here. You know, going into the game, I would have said, you know, players to keep your eyes on. Shuda is up there. Kamiyata's up there. Lelouch is even up there, but I don't think we saw Dawn in the list of names of pop-off players here. Great 4K from him. That's going to be momentum in Cougar Esports side here. We'll see what UCSC decide to do on the save. It looks like the long-range battles on A definitely not working in their favor. Might try and just bait out some util here. Or the lives, as Shuda and Light taking one apiece. Oh.
Last player standing.
Oh, deja vu. And the question is, does he live through the one minute manhunt here? Oh, he knows. Oh, guess. Oh. And there we go. Cougar Esports making light work, taking another round off of UCSC Gold here.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Yes, Cypher, it is a nice spot to be in if you're Cougar Esports, up 4-0. But UCS Gold, they do have rifles now. They will be looking, looks like A. A might be the map here. And we can see Maoroshi indeed is living up to his name, is going Phantom on this map here. Drone's gonna make contact. To shoot up, but Dawn!
Oh, Dawn with 2. Can't get the 3rd as well. Maoroshi trades them off, but it's a 3 versus 3 already. Oh, and this is looking good for UCSC Gold. They can finally put themselves on the map. You can see the ult coming out from Killer Cropped as Shock Darts try to stop this plant from going down. Oh,
it does!
She gets taken out by Mason's Shock Dart. 2 versus 3 for UCSC Gold. The spike finally will go down to 45 seconds to work with for Cougar Esports. This drone is not going to spot out Killer Cropped as he sneaks through and gets the kill on Light.
Oh, man. 2v2.
Happy Gorilla just looking for something. Doesn't know if they're main or both playing in the smoke. Mason's going to use all his ammo and get caught out by Killer Cropped as Happy Gorilla's going to go ahead and trade.
Oh, Viper.
Oh, and Happy Gorilla finds it through the smoke. Cougar Esports will continue to hold this lead, bringing it up to 5-0.
Man, things looked like they were going so right there for UCSC Gold. They get down the Viper's pit. They get a solid post-plant position, but Cougar Esports just managing to find angles and winning battles they had no business winning. Was that a blind spray from Happy Gorilla there?
I may have seen a pixel of the gun or something, but Killer Cropped and Happy Gorilla were putting in work that round. Killer Cropped just getting perfect timing, you know, running out of the smoke right when Mason runs out of ammo on that Vandal. Like, just seriously impressive timing. And it looks like we're going to have kind of a half and sketchy buy from UCSD Gold as they come into the 6th round here.
There you go. Oh, and Shuda right off the bat. That's going to be a lot of information taken ability for UCSC Gold out as they're being forced back just by gun pressure, sheer util.
I mean, even now you can see on the map 4 players of Cougar Esports in the middle here. This Happy Girl is the only one working on this B site, but the Light will come and help out there on that Cypher. This Killer Crop looks for a scary fight. Shuda has a feeling and is right with that smoke. Still might get caught off guard as Mabaroshi is just creeping up here through elbow.
Oh yeah. They hear all the noise that's going on here in the middle and they do not want anything to do with it. But they also know that they've got a Cypher sitting on B. Don't know where the trips are.
Revealing area.
So it's going to be dangerous to push this, especially with mans down.
Spike will attempt to go down as the Cypher Light in the back site just creeping there. Don managed to find one mid and Shuda gets another kill, just one left. Mabaroshi is on his own, finds one, needs to find 3 more and just can't do it as Happy Gorilla finishes them off. Cougar Esports going for the perfect sweep or something. They're on a hot streak right now.
Oh man, you are right indeed. And UCSC Gold, you know, that round was, I feel like it was just kind of a classic. You're playing solo queue ranked. You can get away. You think you can get away with, you know, just doing some cheesy strats here. But right off the bat, we saw that pick onto Ajax, and I think Cougar Esports are playing really well off of kind of situational info. They know that the KO is no longer there, so they're just kind of free to get in the map. You don't have to worry about flashes. You don't have to worry about getting suppressed.
You want to play? Let's play.
Just really good stuff here from Cougar Esports so far. Solid play, and the Viper's Pit to block off the A push.
Yeah, UCSC Gold is just trying to work their way towards this A site. You can see we have 3 out of their 5 players in halls just looking around. A nice spot from Mabaroshi, but this Viper Pit's going to make it difficult to do anything at a long range.
Yeah, ooh, coming out of here looking for any potential flankers as they did make a lot of noise A. I don't know. Oh!
Spike down A.
That's big. Spike down in mid.
Loose just spraying through this Viper's Pit, looking and praying for something. Shuda has vision on the spike, can't find this shot. Kamiata knows where she is. Oh, and just like that. 7-0 Cougar Esports.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is UCSC Gold's map pick. So they are the ones on here. They they've got strats prepared, I assume, but like,
yeah,
the absolute stomp coming out here from Cougar Esports has left me speechless.
Me as well. This is UCSC Gold's map pick, and it's 7-0 right now. I'm not trying to say this is easy for Cougar Esports, but they're making it look like a breeze.
Get out of my way.
Good one there, Tech. As
Luis just gets destroyed. Mabaroshi's just creeping him mid with the sheriff. You can see this gun advantage just in their economy is so difficult as Kamiyata gets destroyed through the Viper wall. Ajax is trying to trade him back through the wall, but not able to do much as he just gets picked off by Shuda's knives. Or Crop, the last one, can't find one as Dawn manages to land the headshot.
If this was VCT, we would say that's a Prime Gaming flawless. But we are not sponsored by Amazon Prime. But you know who might have Amazon Prime? Y'all viewers in chat. As we go into this timeout, a friendly reminder: if you've got that Twitch Prime, we love to see it. Speaking of seeing, get our faces here. Hello.
Hello. Speaking of primes, if you guys have any primes, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We also have !donate. That'll really help us out and just make it a lot easier for us to run these big events and big broadcasts.
Oh yeah. And all right, so the timeout there, definitely not the way UCSC Gold wanted this map to play out. What do you think they're talking about right now, Tech?
I just think they're talking about how to take any round from this defending team. I mean, you can just see here Cougar Esports, they're just relentless. They're just pushing everything, and especially mid control is one of the biggest things. There's been so many rounds where you just look up at that mini map and all you see is 4 players from Cougar Esports in mid. They're just patrolling the entire thing, and I think that UCSC Gold really needs to work on taking mid from these players and just really eliminating that space to go anywhere they want on the map.
Yep. And first thing that comes to mind when, we talk about taking map control, need to see these Sova darts, need to see the KO knives having an impact for the side of UCSC Gold, because so far I feel like they haven't been able to play much off of it, as they're going to open up strong here after the timeout. KO ult's going to come out, push everybody back. They get sight for free.
Yeah, we'll see. It might suppress the Sova too, but making it really difficult to land shock darts to deny this plant. Ajax, nice kill. Manages to run through the Viper wall, and Kamiata gets a flank to stop the ult from going down. Well, just like that. 2 versus 3. Lelouch just unscopes at the wrong time. It's looking for light in the back sight. This Viper orb not going to help out here. Lelouch just stuck here.
There we go. Left to 2 for Cougar Esports. They know where light is. Maybe not Gorilla. Oh, they definitely do.
Beautiful shot from Kamiata, and I think that was the timeout that UCSC Gold needed as they take their first round.
Yep, and that puts them back on board. Something miraculous might have happened in that timeout, but they had a plan. They executed onto site, and it's working for them. I want to say that time Dawn was not playing on A, so he couldn't stop push initially there.
Yeah, I love seeing Kamiata creep all the way up. I believe it was through halls and out the mid window to get that pick onto Mason as he tried to ult the rest of his team. So I'm liking what I'm seeing with the movement options, but this KO knife will suppress half the team. So Cougar Esports knows where UCSC is lurking.
Yep, and now I'm starting to see this new strat they've got. So Kamiata's taken up control in mid. They're going to have him take most of the aim battles. 1, because he's chamber. 2, because Kamiata, to be one of their star players out here. So they're going to have him hopefully get a pick as... Ooh, we might just open up.
Oh, the KO suppress ends up stopping it after only 1 shot. This is just like what our analysts were talking about with the KO knives, putting in major work, stopping it as Gorilla gets a huge pick on Lelouch opening this round.
Yep. A quick shout out to It's Cayenne and JKD _ for giving us that pre-game analysis. As oof, looks like
Kamiata goes down.
Yep.
Like that. Oh, they don't know he's here. Dawn gets 1, but won't be able to get more as he gave away his position. Ajax is trying to pick up the spike because he's last alive.
He's alive?
Not for long, but manages to get 2. It's a 1 versus 2 situation. Ajax on 20 health is just swinging out. Doesn't know where both the players are. We'll go for the plant. Will he stick it? He will with only 15 seconds left. Oh, gets spotted by the drone. Flash is going to stop the Sova. The Jet has to dash away. They're peeking together. We'll see if he can find the 2 headshots.
Oh, they just miss. Oh!
Molly onto the bomb. Ajax, a nice knife. Manages to press both. They don't know where he
around
is.
the Rosie.
And Shooter finishes it off. Brilliant attempt from Ajax. Managing to stall as much time as he possibly could, but Cougar Esports will take their 9th round of the map, and I think they're looking pretty good heading into this half here soon.
Oh yeah, I mean, all UCSC has to do is take the next 2 rounds, and they have the 9-3 curse working in their favor. So things are not quite out yet there, but yeah, what a round from Ajax. I think he played that pretty much as well as he could have, and Cougar Esports just double peeking on different elevation levels to make sure that the same thing didn't happen to their previous 2 teammates.
Yeah, I mean, 20 HP in a 1 versus 3 is a pretty difficult task for anyone. Radiant, pro player, or amateur, all included. Look at these off fights. Shooter gets 2. And Ajax is going to be downed in his ult. Dawn just finds a pick on the other site. And it's just down to 1 as Mabroshi won't be able to pick his teammate up. He's creeping
Last
through here.
player
A-main.
standing.
He's into Shuda, who gets
and
4.
4K for Shuda there. They said, let's push the op. And they're going to learn real quickly that Shuda with the operator, making things a little bit difficult here for that B push.
Ian was talking about lineups and just gunfights prior in the analysis section, and you can see here no players on UCS Gold have broken double digits in kills, but we have 3 of them on Cougar Esports. I mean, you can really just see the difference, and this is a very aim duel heavy map, and right now Cougar Esports are just shutting out UCSC Gold.
Yep, aim battles galore as Mason winning the aim battle in tunnel here. We'll see if they can kind of time the util right to give themselves an opening to push on. They don't really have any traditional controllers aside from, I guess Viper will count, but it is hard to kind of get the on-demand smokes to close out these offlines that some people might play. Oh, it shoot takes another.
This op is just putting in work for Cougar Esports, and the Guardians putting in some work for UCSC as Ajax lands a nice headshot onto the opposing KO.
There we go. It is still pretty close here. UCSC down 1.
50 seconds on the clock. They have to start considering if they want to rotate to the other site, and it's looking like they want to. They are making some noise though, and we can see the Cypher working in B elbow.
Shuda's waiting. Oh, he misses!
Judah can't find it, and the smoke comes out to save him
30 seconds
as
left.
players start running towards elbow, but they don't know the Cypher's here as the cage popped. Might end up catching him out.
Oh, nope.
The dart comes out. Judah gets another pick
Down B.
to trade his teammate Light.
Kamiata.
With 1, with 2 through the wall.
10 seconds left.
The spike is down.
10
He has to
seconds.
get on
Oh.
site right now.
Oh, Kamiata with the ult.
Can't find the shot. Just looking for it, and there it is. Coming out of the 3K. UCSD Gold has a chance to bring this back at 10-2.
Switching sides.
Yep, there we go. And it is a 10-2 at the half here in favor of Cougar Esports. They had a dominant defense. We'll see if they can do the same on offense to close out the map. Or maybe UCSC Gold, this is their map pick. Maybe they've got some defensive strats lined up. A personal favorite I was seeing during VCT was the Viper Snake Bite and the Sova Shock Dart combo. So if you are planting in kind of those familiar places, they only have to land 1 Shock Dart, and because Snake Bite makes you vulnerable, you just kind of die planting, and it's kind of hard to go. So if they can pull that off, I'd be very happy to see it.
Here.
I would love to see it as well. You can see here the B hit. We haven't seen one of those for that long. Happy Gorilla just doesn't spot out Judah as Happy Gorilla is able.
Wait, he wins!
He wins the fight anyway. Killer Cop able to get one, but Judah flying around with the classic right click. Old reliable, or now unreliable, as the spike will go down for UCSD.
Spike planted.
Or excuse me, Cougar Esports. Might's creeping up here. Nice shot onto Mabro. She has 2 more to deal with though.
Enemy remaining.
Able to get it. It's Cougar Esports on a roll right now. This momentum is seriously something to be reckoned with as they bring the score to 11-2.
Yep, there we go. That is one of the... We saw Kamiata there starting to pop off with the Headhunter, but you just can't do that much when you're ADS'd and there are people peeking you left, right, and center. But we've got the round here. It looks like we have a force coming out from UCSC Gold. They don't want this going to match point or map point.
Yeah, they really cannot afford for it to go there, so they're going to be buying out fully this round. We'll see how quick of a rotate comes out after this drone. Spots out the only player that is on the site.
they
Killer
know.
Crop dropping. Shootout manages to spray him down. As it's a 5 versus 4. We're about to see some deja vu potentially of what happened last round, just with better guns. White gets
Rotate's
spotted
coming
out.
in. Oh no.
Perfect trade there. And not in the favor of UCSC Gold as they're working towards the site right now. Cougar Esports playing quiet. They don't have to do much as Mason manages to find one right before that wall comes up.
2v4 Ajax. Oh, just notice on the smoke, gets dink. Not enough though, and Shuda cleaning up Kamiyata. That's going to be 12-2. Cougar Esports, they're looking pretty set here to take away map 1.
I mean, you can just look at the deaths on the side of Cougar Esports. I mean, Shuda's only died 3 times in 14 rounds. So, I mean, this is a force to be reckoned with right now. These guys must have purchased like the evasiveness DLC or something that I don't know about, the way they're dodging these bullets.
Oh yeah, and you know, Eco's a little bit rough on both ends here, but or gun-wise, a little bit rough on both ends here. So UCSC, they've got somewhat of an even playing field for this round. Drone out's gonna spot a couple. They're rushing onto A side here.
Oh, that dart's gonna spot the 2 players in this cubby here, as it doesn't matter. A nice flashbang puts them away, and 2 picks already from opening from Cougar UCSC. I don't even know what I'm saying. There's so much going on.
Last player standing. Spike
Just down to 1 killer crop and a 1 versus 3. Finds the dink, but can't keep them in it. Cougar Esports 13-2.
Yep, and there we have it. A very solid performance out here from Cougar Esports to start off. They're gonna go 1-0. Take that map. Tech, I don't know what to say, man. They are popping off.
I don't know what to say either. I mean, that was really an incredible match. I mean, what a stomp. And we'll see what UCSC Gold is going to do in the next map, or what they're going to talk about in this short little break. Seriously impressive gameplay and lots of kills from this Cougar Esports offense and defense.
And there we have it. I believe we are going to go into a couple replays with our analysts. So, see you over there.
Take it away.
Whew, what a fast game.
What
Didn't expect it to be so one-sided.
I also did not think that it was going to go by so fast, but holy, Cougar Esports was just so dominant throughout the map, with, you know, Don having such early round impact, and especially early game impact, and then Shuda just cleaning it up later. He ended somewhere above 22-3, I think, so he really did pop off.
Don taking control of the game. As we see in a replay, he gets to this cheesy angle in A main and was able to pick up 2. These are just a bunch of replays from the game. Anyways, just quick things about the game. Cougar Esports won both pistols, which I think is very important. That almost guarantees them 4 rounds, winning pistol and the force. But they won their bonus in round 3. Dawn getting 2 kills. And then the rest of the team just pushed out and kept 4 alive, able to keep a lot of guns. And the next round, they just owned. They started building a ton of momentum, finishing the half 10-2.
Yeah, and like the caster said, this was just a very like aim diff map, and Cougar Esports were just winning all of their aim battles. There were some pop-off moments, Kamiyata clutching it up for that second round, and even Ajax almost in round 10, his util used to almost clutch up that 2v1, where, you know, he threw a blind, didn't peek, he threw his molly and wrapped back around pyramid, and then, you know, immediately knife on refresh. Like, the util use was just insane, and he almost got it. It's just, you know, 20 HP, it's a hard round to win, but props to UCSC Gold, I guess. What do you think they need to do better in this next map coming up, which we see is going to be Icebox? What do you think UCSC Gold needs to do?
Well, I think it'll be really important to see if their playstyles are the same. Cougar Esports on Breeze frequently took map control, and it was kind of suffocating if you were USCS. USCS, eventually, towards the end of the first half, started trying to take more map control, but they'd lose some of these 1v1 gunfights, and then they just lose all that map control over again. On Icebox, I think there's a very popular mid lurk you can do with a Viper Orb. We'll see if that comes through, whether or not the chamber alarms will prevent the Viper from lurking or not.
Yeah, and Icebox is not a map that we've frequently seen Cougar Esports play. We have seen UCSC Gold, Cayenne, UCSC Gold.
I got it.
But we've seen UCSC Gold play Icebox in the past, running Sage, Viper, Jet, Chamber, Sova, which is a pretty standard comp, I feel like. Is there anybody else you would like to see? Maybe a KO there, maybe a Sky or a Raze, maybe?
Dawn seemed really comfortable on the KO. I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to it. It allows him to do very aggressive plays. KO ult does a really good job shutting down Viper. It'll stop, on defense, it'll stop Viper push. Or even on attack, it'll stop her from trying to defend a site.
Yeah, and I think even if like, let's say UCSC Gold plays Sage on this map, it'll stop, you know, the wall from being the wall from being placed in uncomfortable places for Plant. And yeah, like you said, Don had so much impact to early game. He was top fragging, he was getting those eco frags and making sure that they won the round. So yeah, that was, you know what, GG, go next. There's always a next map. So we'll see if UCSC Gold can bring it back. Yeah.
I think Shuda seemed very comfortable with the op, of course. I think that's a storyline that's very popular, Shuda and the op. If he can continue to create that much pressure with the op on Icebox, it might be another stomp.
Yeah, I mean, we might see Shuda on the chamber this time. I don't know. Give Dawn the chance to maybe be their jet opper. But like you said, KO is a really important agent as well. And if he can shut down, like, let's say Jet Knives, let's say Raze ult, Sova drone, that might just put the stone in the grave for UCSC Gold. What's the saying? What's the phrase? Am I crazy?
You are for sure crazy. Nail in the coffin, I believe,
Nail
is what
in
you're
the
looking
coffin.
for.
Thank you. Okay.
I mean, we can try to put stone in the grave, but I don't know how many people are wanting to do that one. You do have a way with words, I guess.
But yeah, UCSC Gold. I mean, there's definitely a chance. It looks like they've played Icebox more than Cougar Esports has, so maybe they might have a little bit of more experience. We don't know. Especially within the last 3 weeks, we haven't seen Cougar Esports really play on Icebox, so their comp might be something totally crazy. I mean, we had some wildcard agents in this last game, like the Cypher pick. Interesting pick. We haven't really seen Cypher on Breeze except for to abuse that one cam angle. But yeah, we might see just a crazy wildcard pick. Maybe someone will play Yoru. Yoru got buffed, not an invalid agent to play anymore.
Maybe. I know you yourself do enjoy some Killjoy. What do you think about a Killjoy angle on this map?
I think it's hard as a Killjoy main from episode 1. I like her kit a lot. Even with all the nerfs, I think you can play off of her util very well. And there's a lot of different places you can hide her mollies, especially on like A site. And so, you know, to stop plant on default. And so I think that her kit is good. It just gives you less availability to, or I guess less availability to move around the map, which is a little uncomfortable, especially if you want to watch for lurks, which is where Chamber comes in as, I guess, better sentinel, because you can just leave his trips up and, you know, have info sitting there just in case all the time. I'm
very curious to see if Cougar Esports runs double sentinel. Link seems light. He seems very comfortable on the default sentinels, such as Cypher and Killjoy. So I wonder if he'll pick up the Killjoy on this map, or if they'll just allow the solo Sentinel to be Chamber.
Yeah. I mean, I think personally, I think it's whatever Shuda decides to do. But I mean, who knows? We Shuda's definitely very comfortable with the op, as you could have seen from the last, or as you can see from the last map. So I mean, this map might also just be an aim diff map as well. So, but I definitely think that all the corners, all of the angles that you can hide in, all of the elevated spaces that you can hide in or shoot from, gives it a lot more room for you to build strats off of it. So we are going to send it off to a break, and after our break, we will be back with Cougar Esports versus UCSC Gold on Icebox.
That was And we're back. Hello.
Hi, so we are now going to Icebox, where we are going to see Cougar Esports on defense. So we saw Cougar Esports just start on defense on Breeze, and it was dominant. Do you think that, one, if Cougar Esports gets away with taking that many rounds in the beginning, they'll have that advantage and 9-3 curse will just not be possible? Or do you think that UCSC Gold has some strats up their sleeve that they can use to combat, that chamber op that can sit on rafters on A, or can sit on top of boxes in B?
Well, I think Icebox is less of an aim duel map than Breeze. So if UCSC can use their util well, they can maybe they can rack up a few kills. I believe there was a lot of momentum from Cougar in the first half, coming in, winning pistol, their force buy, and then the round after that almost gives them 4 rounds to start the game off with. So we'll see if UCSC Gold can find some early pistol rounds, maybe convert, and start building their own momentum.
Okay, and so you brought up the Killjoy, you brought up the idea of Killjoy on Cougar Esports with Light, and we actually do have Light on the Sentinel here, with Kamiata locking in Chamber. So this is once again going to be a Sentinel diff. It looks like we have mirror comps on both sides. Should Shuda choose Jet, which it's looking like he will, just because of his outstanding performance on Breeze. What do you think about comps? And what do you think about the Viper nerf and Icebox in general?
I think Viper before was very strong, very not balanced, and very, very annoying to play against. I think now her util lasts a lot less, and it's a bit more playable to play against Viper now. But the game seems to be starting soon, so we will hand it off to your casters.
Alrighty, everybody. While we're waiting to get into game, Rainy Stool back on desk here, joined by Tech.
What's up? Well,
All right.
Icebox. I'm excited to see this.
Wow.
I mean, we saw some crisp and cold shots coming out from Cougar Esports last game, so we'll see if they're able to do that on this map, or if they'll be shaken a little bit too much.
Yeah, there you go. You can just see it in the minds of UCSC Gold. They're like, yo, Cougar Esports, they're kind of on a hot streak right now. Like we need them to take it easy, take a chill pill out here. Let's take it to Icebox. So here we are, cooling off in shipping container Snowland.
Yeah, I don't know what's in those containers, but for UCSC, they're hoping it's some frags. And they're hoping that they're able to squeak out a nice win to take it to a map 3 here. And of course, we here would love to see that too.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so again, Cougar Esports starting on defense and UCSC Gold being the attackers here. Looks like they want to lean towards this A side for starters. Straight into the Killjoy util though. We'll see how that plays out for them.
Seems like no matter what map, Cougar Esports just wants to take mid control. As you can see, Shoota's already pushed all the way up.
Take flight.
And I believe he sees the tripwire. The spike is sitting here though, so Ajax is not going to have weapon advantage peeking this.
No shots land, but they do know that Shoota's there. They are going to be a little as I say that.
Happy Gorilla.
Taking a couple.
Nice shot. Well, 4 versus 3 here for Cougar Esports. Well, make it even.
They don't let you get a word in here.
No, never. It's the caster's curse, truly. As Killer Crop's just going to work his way up with this Sova dart, but has to break the one from Cougar Esports.
Light's gonna win out that battle. Wallbang not quite strong with the classic, but Killer Crop firing back here.
One enemy remaining. Got him.
Beautiful shot. One versus.
Oh.
Well, whoosh. With the Sheriff is just putting in work. And this is a much different start than what we saw in the Breeze match, although not by much, as it was a 1v1 to get the end of the round. So
yeah, tooth and nail here. I want to say the analysts did mention that UCSC Gold did not win a single pistol round on the last map. And here they are in Icebox. They've taken the first one, a great 3K by Illusion. He's going to be walking into round 2 with a Vandal. So we'll see how UCSC plays with the advantage, because they did not get to play with the advantage once in that last map.
Not at all. I mean, the closest thing I believe was 8-1 or 4-1 or something like that. So this is already a much better start from UCSC Gold, as they're gonna start to get the ult orb here. Kamiata up on site already, but there's a Molly blocking the plant. One of Viper's snake bites, as spike will go down from Mabaroshi.
There you go, and the Sage Wall. Definitely a lot of creative ways to use it. This one being definitely one of the more standard ways. Oh, let's take it down.
There's that Vandal you were talking about just going down. Hopefully it's in the hands of one of his teammates. Spike will be tapped, and Kamiata is using it 4 kills instantly. And Shuda will just be trying to survive. Shuda manages to get 2 more.
He might take this one.
He might take it. Has to take the spike. Oh, just can't find it as Killer Crop cleans up the round, but a lot of damage and a lot of kills out. So not sure how much money UCSC Gold here has to purchase, but
That works.
it looks like We'll be in an interesting situation.
Yep, and they are edging out small victories here and there. And that is going to be important because we already see the eco is close, but UCSC Gold with the 2-round advantage. They are not shaken after that first map. I think that's really important here. We see that there is kind of like mentally, there's a lot of hope for them. They know they can beat Cougar Esports, and that will be a huge difference when it comes to can they gain momentum in order to take some more rounds.
Yeah, we'll see here. UCSC Gold working their way up towards A. And there's only one player, as the other one is assisting Boiler. Lelouch making some noise as Sage will rotate back into screens to back sight. Might be anticipating this A hit, but they haven't peaked yet. You can see Dawn already putting up the wall. We'll start a rotate from a few of the members here, but just working their way. Cougar Esports completely cut all audio.
Yeah, and they're definitely as I say that, Dawn is going to take one down.
Take that too, and Mason gets one of his own. Shoota's just going to ult up and turn himself into an owl drone as he manages to pick up Mabaroshi. It's all down to Killer Crop with 30 HP. An unwinnable situation. As Cougar Esports clean out that round with 4 players left on the board.
Yeah, just as I was saying, they were getting momentum. UCSC Gold, they got a little bit stuck there on the A site. I don't know if it was they were waiting for some kind of move from Cougar Esports, or they didn't know how to execute it there. But it felt like they just they sat there for about 30 seconds and then walked on and just kind of died. So that was a little anticlimactic there for UCSC Gold. But Tech, I think we're seeing A hit. Or sorry, B hit.
I think we are, and no matter how flashy they are, rounds are still rounds, and Cougar Esports will take that last one. Killer Crop needs to be really careful here, though. He could be peeking into Shoota's op.
Oh!
And Lelouch gets rid of it. This Happy Gorilla's gonna have to run back to site and retreat.
That is big. An op in the hands of Kamiyata now. Free money for UCSC Gold. They're gonna try and put the wall, the Viper's Pit, and the plant's coming out.
There's so much utility, and Light manages to find one around this mess of abilities, but there it is. The Shoota's up in Kamiyata's hands, and he's putting it to good use. Spike finally going down.
Yeah. Good use of util there. Oh, goodbye Mabaroshi. Good use of util there to kind of stall the plant. At the end of the day, though, it's going to be 2-3.
A 2 versus 3 is very winnable, and Kamiyata has to get out of this sketchy situation here. The bomb will be tapped. Killer Crop will be spraying and just running for his life. Kamiyata gets a 3rd. And UCSC Gold will secure their 3rd round.
Yep, there we go. And there is that opening pick. Oh, I don't know about the Odin there, but opening pick onto Shuta meant all the difference there. Even after getting completely yeeted out of that round, he is still top in the leaderboard.
He may not have been used to the new icebox changes. Shuta, there's a door there now. You got to be careful of that. But a great pick nonetheless, and Kamiyata still be sitting there with this op, and Lelouch decides not to buy and use jet knives instead. He's gonna be working his way up towards this B site. Nice drone in from Killer Crop. Manages to clear out most of this, but there is a player sitting yellow.
Oh,
and that player is
the Killjoy util. See if he decides to go. Oh, Killer Crop just deleted off screen.
Harvested even.
You will not.
There you go. He's back in there. It's what are those crops called? That perennial?
Oh yes.
yes. He's regrown himself after a short period of time with the help of Stage Nutrient. Oh, that was a little dangerous there. Lights.
Lights is getting 3. 4. Going for the 8.
5.
Oh. You're
remaining.
fighting. There's still one left after that res comes through. I was gonna say 6K imminent, but
30 seconds
not anymore as Ajax is just looking for the kill. Manages to get one, but still has 3 more. It's a tough task. Don's able to finish it up with the help of that shock dart. Cougar Esports takes another round.
Cougar Esports sandwich right there. UCSC Gold, they seem to be a little bit slow on their advance onto site, and it's giving Cougar Esports a lot of time to kind of take over the rest of the map, set up flanks, set up weird angles, and I don't think UCSC Gold has gotten mid control once in these past 5 rounds.
Yeah, no, not yet. I mean, Cougar Esports mid within these last 2 maps here, but once again they're going to be working towards A. Kamiyata is just looking for him, but not around the corner. Judah's going to get forced back with this drone as Don preemptively walls it. There's 4 players. So close to getting his head ripped off here. Oof.
He's gonna peek into the op. Oh, Shooter's back on his op. Now, do UCSC Gold decide to back off here? They know the op is there. They have Kamiyata, who has mid somewhat clear. I don't know. They might have committed here. Viper wall already down.
There's 52 seconds left on the clock. Once again, Cougar Esports playing quiet, but as I say that, of course, Happy Gorilla just screams out and puts her Viper's pit down. So seems like Cougar, your UCSC Gold is going to go ahead and rotate to this other site here.
Oh, watch Shuda. Shuda's got he's looking down mid. Punish anybody who tries to take this shortcut onto site. But Cougar Esports, they've got the read here. Adding on an extra man here. They're going to see the Killjoy util.
Oh, that wall, leaving a big gap.
Spike planted.
The ult comes out,
Killer Crop.
destroys the KJ ult, and actually manages to find one in the air.
Oh, but he's destroyed in return.
Ooh, Spike is tap. They have to peek. Judah doesn't even bother flicking to the other side. 3 versus 3, not good for UCSC Gold. Cougar Esports will clean up on this retake.
Thanks.
Yep, and I really like the Viper's pit there, kind of halfway through the round for Cougar Esports, because that kind of forces them into a hard situation where they're forced to either fast push A through the Viper's pit or fast rotate onto B. And it creates a lot of things that UCSC have to do, whereas Cougar Esports are just kind of able to predict their movement a lot better, and as a result, gives them the upper hand, gives them the round.
Yeah, it was great communications as well. Mason was able to spot out Killer Crops, I believe, with the drone, and so wait a few seconds and rip that Viper's pit.
Oh, mid push.
The flying off almost works. Mason finds one through the smoke. And just like that, it's already a 5 versus 3. Esports, you have the Sage Red as well. A nice shot from Abaroshi.
Now they start to worry about flanks. This is what I was talking about a couple rounds ago. If UCSC Gold, they can't gain control of the map as quickly as they'd like to, and it starts to slowly suffocate them out and just makes them slow to move around the map in general. It is their eco round though, so.
And there's that res onto Mason, making it a 5 versus 3. UCSC Gold probably doesn't have the arsenal of weapons they want. Judah will make sure that they don't.
Oh, Judah. Oh, and Happy Gorilla stealing away the 4K from shooting. So you can't have all the glory. He takes one for himself. Looking at the scoreboard, Shooter's broken double digits here, Tech. What do you think they can do to shut down Shooter?
That is a great question. I mean, I think what they've been doing with the Viper smokes and orbs have been working fairly well. I mean, you can see how many times they're actually able to get this B site, but I think A is most likely the site they want to be pushing against this just because it's more narrow quarters. might make it a little bit harder. And it looks like they will be working their way towards A, but not before two
Right.
players take the
Oh
road.
no! Oh. All right,
Well done.
Lush taking one.
A.
Oh, through the wall.
Okay, after a quick trade, they somehow managed to stay even here as the drums kiss in mid. Kamiata gonna be running onto site, no fear. Mason's got him though.
Ajax gonna get the res to bring it back into a 3 versus 3. Shoota's creeping forward, catches him out of position. He's looking up top. He might double peek him. In a scary situation here, but he does have this dash. Get out of jail free card. They're just sitting here. That dart is gonna spot him out.
Out comes the
Lelouch gets a nice kill onto Mason. Just like that, 2 versus 2.
Last player standing.
Shooter misses. Oh, this is big for Cougar. This is big for UCSC Gold. It's just left to Gorilla.
Spike planted.
Oh, managed to see him drop 410 though. Not expecting that. This last player is in maze. Happy Gorilla looking out for it. Doesn't know. Knows where he is now. Gets the snake bite in there. Won't be able to swing around this corner until that clears.
Oh, I think he saw him.
Oh, nice clutch from Ajax there. Gonna go ahead and secure the round 4-4. This is a much more even game than last time. I mean, the last time was just a blowout. So really great positioning and play here from UCSC Gold.
They're finding signs of life here, and I think the difference maker in these has been UCSC Gold has been trading a lot more effectively. It looks like they just kind of know how to play the angles there. Like just in the last interaction, Shuda dashed out after the off shot. He whiffed the off shot, and then they double peeked onto Dawn, I believe, and then got a quick one, just like Lush is getting a quick one in mid here too.
Yeah, I think just this map is a lot more, it's a lot less open. Shuda didn't like what we were saying about him. We're sorry, buddy. Our fault. The push comes out. Don ends up slowing himself and gets stuck there. So Mabaroshi is able to get a pick on here. And it's 3 versus 3 once again, hitting this A site. We see it time and time again. We'll see if UCSC Gold can take this round. The wall will come out for the easy plant, but back site and site are exposed.
Oh no! Oh, poor
Quick work.
killer cropped. Man, we did not have to just watch that happen. Man was holding an angle and then gets wallbanged slowly but surely. Oh no. But Cougar Esports, they are definitely not out of the picture here. And it looks like to me, if UCSC Gold neutralizes Shuda in the first half of the round, it looks like they are able to kind of make things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's less Shuda and more just that op does work on this map. I mean, everyone knows that Icebox is a very aim-heavy map. When it first came out, people just thought it was for pugging. You just run in and shoot people, and the op is definitely a gun that can do that. As Mason finds a quick one with the Vandal. Here we see all these players creeping up into kitchen, but they do have to break the trap. They don't get the KJ Molly. They'll take a little bit of damage.
Presence of mind there to oh.
You fought well.
Okay. Ajax.
Last player standing.
Ajax?
Spike down mid.
Ajax got a 4K before, and oh,
Ajax!
beautiful shot on the shooter here. A 2 versus 1, but Cougar Esports does have the spike down, and Ajax is going to have to go retrieve it.
Oh man. He's got a 3K in his hands. Only one slow orb to his name. I'm pretty sure they know where he is.
Oh,
They definitely know where he is.
They knew where he
Happy
was.
Gorilla. Happy Gorilla taking that one, making it 6 rounds for Cougar Esports. All
can't
right.
get that many kills without letting the enemy team know where you are, and
They're gonna figure it out
unfortunately,
eventually.
there's 2 more. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, but Ajax with the battle mode Sage here, currently at the top of the leaderboard after that 3K. He's making it work. And I will say a lot of these, I really like how you can be creative with the Sage walls on Icebox, because again, you mentioned small corridors here. And so far, UCSC Gold has been using it to great effect on their plans. And,
We've actually completely given up the A site here as the Sage of Cougar Esports is about to try to run through. And here's one of the Sage walls that you were talking about. It will allow Lelouch to creep to back site. Oh, but Dawn expects it.
oh, Don's there. They can't get the plant down. And Shuda gonna take one. It's 3v3 though.
There we go. The spike finally will go down, but not before Dawn jumps up on the wall and gets one.
Oh my.
Plant darts just a little bit late. The Viper Pit does come out. Mabaroshi in here with the right gun. Does get spotted
I
out
see
though.
him.
One enemy remaining.
Well, the shock dart.
Through the
Player
smoke.
standing.
Killer Crop did him 1v1 versus Mason. Mason knows where he is, brings him down to such low HP, but doesn't have any shock darts to work with. Killer Crop's
Oh, they're
not
gonna
looking
miss each
behind him,
other.
gets spotted. In a scary situation here. Dart doesn't scan him, and Mason will finish off Killer Crop.
Concentrate's over.
Wow.
What a close round there. We're gonna come down to the seconds on this plant. And what can I say? It is Mason putting the Sova
Last
diff in the
round
chat.
in the half.
Well,
We'll say
Mason
though.
clutching up.
Yeah, Mason did clutch it up. I will say defense on Icebox is going to be pretty good for UCSC Gold, as Kamiata hasn't really had a chance to shine on the chamber, but once they swap rounds, we'll start to see kind of the chamber versus Killjoy difference become
You want
very
to
apparent
play?
here. So if
Let's
UCSC
play.
can get one more round, turn into a 7-5, I'd say that they're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, that's a great point there. I mean, on attack, Kamiata's best ability is just the slows and the making sure that the other team isn't able to flank, but using that ult does get a nice pick.
Nowhere to run.
Happy Gorilla trades back, doesn't expect Lelouch there.
Oh no!
You
You
got
don't
a
want to be caught out
brawl
with
in
your
the
dash
chat.
there. Two versus three. Kamiata hanging around in mid, daring the enemy team to challenge him.
A pretty scary spot here. I mean, you can see just Spike just sitting on the ground. Kamiata's
he
all the way up
wins it.
mid.
Oh,
Has
Shooter's
to go
not watching
get it.
B.
Oh, he just misses it.
That is big for UCSC Gold. Now Shuda needs to find his way over for the retake. We do see Don coming in with the res though. That's gonna force UCSC Gold to act just a little bit faster here. Kamiata gets set up.
Teleport's ready.
Spike landed.
One's
Whoa.
creeping up through heaven.
Wow.
Ends up getting picked by Kamiata, and now it's down to Light. And you will have the ult to work with. So help
Yeah,
he
there
really
you
has
go.
to hold down the fort.
I have them.
Looks like they're going to be trying to push this.
Enemy
Oh
remaining.
my
Mabaroshi
gosh!
gets one.
Standing.
Oh, down to the middle
seconds
time.
Oh man, it was so close. They got the Killjoy ult with. I want to say there was less than a second left on that thing, but Shuda playing good defense on the spike. He's gonna bring it to 8-4 for Cougar Esports at the half.
Yeah, Cougar Esports been stepping it up these last few rounds. I mean, you can see just running through smokes and getting kills that they have absolutely no right getting, and that's just one of the huge advantages of this op. And you can see once again UCSC Gold struggling to hit double digits on kills, but all their players are pretty even in
Oh
kills.
yeah, triple nines across the board. And Shuda is also sticking to his theme of not dying as much, as he only has 6 deaths in 12 rounds. So he's looking pretty nice with it. We'll see what Cougar Esports can bring for offense, though. Looks like they want to rush onto this B site, which I think is a little bit less characteristic, as UCSC Gold, they stack A. I believe they predicted wrong.
I mean, pretty similar comps on both these teams, just substituting Chamber for AJ, but fact that Chamber is able to relocate around defense so much, and you just never know where he is always a big threat. See the wall coming out, and it looks like a quick plant's about to happen. This is where the KJ utility would be helpful, and the Sova Dart isn't able to stop any plant at all. So none of them connect here on this pistol round.
There you go, now in the post plant. UCSC Gold, they have to make moves to make something happen. Kamiata trying to clear out the area here. We're gonna get the wall. Oh.
On top of the wall, gets boosted. There he is.
Oh,
Wait,
sticking
Ajax
it.
is able to stick it. Mason with the shock dart lineup, and they're just trying to shoot through here. As Killer Croft is able to get the defuse with 3 players left on this attacking team.
What a play with the Sage walls. Cougar Esports walling to get the plant, but then it works against their favor when UCSC puts a wall behind it and forces Cougar Esports to break their own wall to try and get an angle on the spike. That was a well-placed counter wall from Ajax there.
Absolutely, and a nice shock dart lineup. This is something we weren't seeing on the other half for the post plant, but that was really all they had the opportunity to do, as the wall completely stopped any bullets from going through it. And on pistol round, we all know how difficult that is to break with classics and sheriffs.
And there you go. And Cougar Esports, we've seen they like to play mid a lot more here. Or we saw it in map 1, and now in map 2. It looks like they might be trying to similar. They're just defaulting though, getting some information before they look to go for a site. Wow, they are
And now
deep
Cougar
in it.
Esports has a lot of map control, but not a whole lot of guns to work with. That doesn't matter if you shoot him in the head with the right one.
Yep. Oh, Dawn is all the way back. Just misses the timing on Kamiata there. They are playing hide and seek out here with the spike. Actually moving towards A. Oh.
Beautiful shot with the Spectre coming out from Ajax, but Dawn will trade him right back, and Kamiata not expecting Dawn, but just able to get him. And Lelouch cleans up the round for UCSC Gold.
Yep, up there. Cougar Esports, admirable eco. Getting a couple, doing some eco damage, but ultimately not able to take the round as... Oh man. We've got Lelouch on the op. Oh! As I say, on the op, he decides to sell it. But we'll see if Cougar Esports can adapt against the defensive operators out here, because they don't have too many tools to deal with it as well. I think both teams actually struggle a little bit to deal with the ops, because Viper's your only smokes. Back to the round here though. Quick hit on to beat Cougar Esports. Oh, we don't know about she's in there. Oh!
What a pick. It's going so fast. These are just really explosive takes onto the site here from Cougar Esports. It's already a 4 versus 4. Viper Wall will go down, allowing Kamiata maybe to peek yellow, but he has a lot of angles to cover, and sure enough, Cougar Esports are in every single one of them. Shock dart from Killer Croft brings Judah down to 1 HP, just around 20, and here it comes. Probably about to run through this smoke now, as the dart spots 2 of them.
Oh, the double peek. Oh, the Sage Wall. Ajax, is he gonna stick it? No, he gets deluged by bullets and util.
Last player standing.
Just looking for any sort of gun. And he dies spike. Everyone's dead.
Yeah, nobody gets that one. But UCSC Gold, once again, we're seeing an absolute battle here on the B side. Just util getting chucked left, right. People just spraying down with no real accurate information on where their opponent is, and it's working. The big sprays here are working.
Yeah, I mean, it's really important that UCSC gets these rounds, not only because that's how you win the game, but also just from a mental standpoint. I mean, they got obliterated the last map by Cougar Esports, so it's really important that they try to take this into a game 3 and really just break the momentum. I think the slow pacing of this game has really helped out, but any chance Cougar Esports gets, they try to speed it up.
Yep. Ooh, Shuda taking one. He's up in there. That's going to allow the plant to come down for Cougar Esports. Force UCSC forced to back off. We'll see what they can do to try and take this back. They do have the op still. 2 actually is Kamiata. Rocking the tour de force. Gets 1. Doesn't see Dawn though. And oh man, it's just trade after trade. And with the mana advantage to begin with, that they will end with the mana advantage with Cougar Esports.
Well, 10-6 in favor of Cougar Esports. I mean, only a 4-round differential, but you can see UCSC Gold is going to struggle with purchasing weapons this round. Their economy not looking too hot in this cold map.
Yeah, there we go. And keep in mind, this is a best of 3. You can see there at the top, the Pale Spring Series Grand Finals. If Cougar Esports win this map, they are your Division 1 champions. They are 3 rounds away from taking it all.
And UCSC Gold has to know this. They want anything they can to fill up one of those bars in the top right and try to bring it to map 3.
They UCSC Gold, they do have access to the Viper's Pit. Gonna see if anything happens there. Oh, shoot, and misses. That is crucial. So now they don't have access to mid control as much as they would like.
Well, who's just lurking up in here? Mason. We get a vac in the chat for where he's hovering his crosshair. Dawn doesn't spot him. Who will slowly go up. Oh, on the rope, manages to take out Lelouch, and they'll start to explode towards this A site.
It's all opening up. Dawn getting the Eagle's Eye here. They're gonna have, looks like some lineup stop. Oh, Dawn doesn't quite get it. Shoota's gonna op. Gets 1 Kamiata with the wall bang, but takes taken out himself, and that's going to be 2 versus 3. Cougar Esports man advantage here. An extra man advantage is Ajax. Sheriff in a Dream.
Outrun me.
Shoota's gonna take 4, and that is 11 rounds for Cougar Esports.
I feel like time and time again, Cougar Esports just has these explosive site takes, and it's really scary to go against. With the span of a second, sometimes you'll see 2, maybe even 3 players dead on either side. So I'm not sure how to slow down this team.
They're dropping left and right. So when you're put in a situation like this, I don't think they have the money to buy next round. We'll see if they drop the Viper's Pit on B early. Oh my goodness. Lelouch drops early, and Kamiata drops early. 2 quick kills for Cougar Esports.
This round already not looking great for UCSC Gold. Killer Crop trying to change that. Manages to find 1, but a lot of players heading towards the site, and Dawn will take him out. A 2 versus 4 for UCSC Gold now, and it's what we see time and time again, this explosive take. And UCSC Gold is just struggling to get control here.
There we go. Try and find the off angle as Ajax taken out. Oh no, the trigger just flipped. Oh.
You hate to see it. There we have the same thought. We have the same thought.
Man, I thought I was looking in the mirror at myself, my own gameplay right there for a second. Oof. As Dawn notices a fly swanning him from below and just kind of takes that one. Now, Cougar Esports, they have 1 round between them and being the grand champion of the Pell Spring Series Grand Finals out here. They've got access to 3 ults. Both teams, actually. That's going to be the early Viper's Pit. Lelouch looking.
Did the drone spot him before that went up, though, is the question. It did not. Lelouch managed to find an easy kill here. We'll get sprayed through the smoke. Spike is down. Alvaroshi's able to break the dart right away, but not before losing half his
getting
health to
shocked.
that dart.
Player standing.
All right, they're man up. UCSC Gold, they do have access to the res. They can make it a 3v1 if they want to, but if they want a chance, they might need to save it for future rounds. Like, see this fight, but not the enemies. That's going to be UCSC Gold. They are down, but they are not out yet. Let's see if they can start a comeback here.
I was about to say this round is really crucial for UCSC Gold, but of course any round is.
Every round from here.
Match point.
I will say they did win it with minimal effort. They only really had to extend the Viper's pit. They still have access to the Sage Res, they've got the knives on Jet, and they have the Hunter's Fury to kind of counter any potential Killjoy lockdown that'll come out in the next couple of rounds. So, UCSC Gold, they've got an uphill battle, or maybe a downhill one, because they've just got to pick in mid.
Gonna see all players from UCSC Gold start to rotate over, and as they should, as Viper's pit comes out. On just working around. Oh, chooses to leave. Smart decision. There's one lurking right around the corner.
Killer Crop trying to find one. Shuda has taken one back. Oh, Kamiyata. He gets one. Can he get two? Oh.
Revealing area.
Shock dart.
Found them.
2 versus 2. Killer Crop is so lit as their health is just ticking down inside of this Viper's pit. Oh.
Mawaroshi, you have to make something happen here. No! And that is going to be the game.
Cougar Esports are your Pell Spring Series Grand Final champions.
Woo! Congratulations to Cougar Esports. A hard-fought map 1, hard stomp map 1, and then a hard-fought map 2. They will be your champions. And with that, this is Randy Stool signing off. And
I'm Tech or Garrett. It was great having you guys, and we're gonna go ahead and throw it over to our analysts here to talk about it, so stay tuned.
Whew, what a game. A bit closer than the last game, but a similar storyline with Shuda owning the game. A lot of nice shots from Shuda, especially on the off.
Yeah, UCSC actually had a pretty strong start. The half ended pretty close. I think it was 6-6 or 7-5 or some, or no, I lied. It was 8-4. But still, very comebackable. And it seems like, and even though they won the second pistol, UCSC just started to fall behind a little bit. I guess Cougar Esports was just finishing their warm-up. And yeah, Shuda just is unstoppable.
Yeah, I thought the game was going to be... I thought that UCSC could win. When Shuda got an op for his first op, Lelouch shut him down in a 1v1, and I was like, oh, this is Lelouch's game. Lelouch is gonna just take over. But Shuda didn't like the way that went, and he just owned for the rest of the game.
Yeah, even, I mean, round 2, we saw that 4 or 3 or 4K with Shuda's Marshall. You know, that got really dicey, and especially the econ damage that Cougar Esports did, you know, with that one Marshall. I believe it is this clip. Yeah, and it's just, Cougar Esports was pretty dominant. They were able to chip away at the eco, make sure that UCSC was flailing whenever they could, and so congratulations to Cougar Esports. They dominated this series.
Yeah, I think it was a valiant attempt from UCSC. A lot more life this game than the game before, a lot more kills from them, and a lot of good plays coming out from both teams today.
Yeah, what do you think UCSC could have done? I mean, they threw all of their util that they could at Shuda. They threw Sova drones, Viper walls, orbs, slows, but nothing can stop him.
I think the answer is pretty simple. I think you find where Shuda lives and disconnect his internet. And then you play, just play. Don't let him come back. And I think they win if they can just do that simple play, I guess.
That's crazy. Is that the strat?
Yeah, it's either that or, I don't know. Take his keyboard, lock his arms up, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, this whole map, we had a lot of, I mean, it was a lot of shoot. There were also other players that had a lot of star moments, like Kamiyata with 3 big kills when he brought it down to a 2v2. The second pistol where UCSC Gold was able to get away with the defuse with still 2 alive on both teams. That is absurd. That Sage counterwall on pistol is actually insane.
Yeah, that round was very exciting. The Sage counterwall came in and it was just, everyone was freaking out. Cougar Esports just ran at them and UCSC just stuck the spike and was able to get the first pistol.
Yeah, and they were even able to win the conversion with 3 alive, which helped their eco a lot. So, well played by both teams, especially UCSC. That last match point rally with the Viper ult around the spike, really showing that this game is, you know, and especially this map is more strats than aim, I guess, in a sense. And so both teams brought out a lot of strats that definitely were pivotal.
Yeah, I agree. Even though the map isn't as aim heavy as Breeze, Shuda still showed a bunch of life with his op. I think Kamiyata obviously showed a lot of plays of his own. And obviously the rest of Cougar Esports showed up today, played very well. And yeah.
What do you think about the KJ Chamber diff? Because one thing that I saw a lot was if Killjoy on Cougar Esports had the read, those mollies on default really helped stop plant, especially when UCSC Gold was waiting, you know, holding until time was running out.
Yeah, I think Killjoy was pretty useful this game. She slowed down a lot of pushes, worked around Sage walls, and I think the chamber was pretty useful too, obviously. He'd pull out his op, he'd get a bunch of kills. Please nerf the op. It is painful to play against. No one likes it, except chamber players.
Well, congratulations again to Cougar Esports. They are our Pacific Esports League's Spring Series champions. Woo! But yeah, that is going to be the game to end our Spring Series. Thank you so much for watching the broadcast and following throughout the season. If you want to find out more information about our summer tournaments and our summer season along with our fall, you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, or join our Discord, and we will have more information about that in the future. So if you use !socials, you can find all of those. If you want to find out who our casters were, you can also do !casters. And you can also use !analyst to find out about more about us. So with that said, thank you for watching. I'm JKB with It's Cayenne 100. And we will see you all in the summer season.
See ya.